Yo, chat. We're good. Oh, we good right now, chat? Are we good right now? Are we good right now, chat? Hello. So we're live right now. We're live. As you can see, we're live, chat. Yes, we are live, man. We are live. I haven't been live. I mean, I was just live. I was in live. But yo, we are live right now. We're gonna be watching the YNW Melly case. You feel me, bro? Brand new trial starting Monday. You feel me? This is today, man. We are live. YNW Melly trial live. So you feel me? We are live, man. Who's this? But yo, we are live and we're gonna be watching this. We're going to be watching this. Okay. There we go.
So you said Chick-fil-A and Home Depot. Those are the two I'm going to stick with over here. Okay. Moving along, can you show the ladies and gentlemen what is Southwest 160th Avenue on the map?
This is 160th, which is also Dykes Road.
Does the name change depending on the jurisdiction of which the city or county is in?
I guess, yes.
And
we know it as Dykes or 160th.
Okay, moving further west, what's the next major intersection that's reflected on this map on the far left on Miramar Parkway?
The next major intersection is going to be over here.
Yo, chat, yo.
172nd. On this side is Silver Lakes Development.
Let me delete this one.
Over on this side is the Miramar, the hospital, which is I believe here. And then there's a regional park.
I haven't played this.
On this side, there's a Target here, a Winn-Dixie, Pollo Tropical, and liquor store.
Okay, so Pollo Tropical, you indicated is on Miramar Parkway before 172nd if you were headed westbound?
Right around here. I think this is Target.
Okay. Does 172nd run north and south?
North and south, yes.
Okay. Can you show the ladies and gentlemen where is Pembroke Road on this map?
It's right up here. Runs, again, east and west.
It's clear.
There's no exit off of 75 to Pembroke Road, and it goes out.
Okay. So I want to move on to what's been marked as State C for identification purposes. You have an opportunity to look at those maps prior to coming into court today. Don't let the ladies know them Thursday.
There we go. Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? I can't even go like, oh my, bro, it's crazy. I got banned, bro.
Yes.
Detective, did those two maps fairly and accurately depict the intersections between 160th and 172nd in the first one, and then 172nd and 184th in the second map?
Yes.
Crazy, bro.
To your knowledge and experience working in the city of Miramar, is it an accurate measurement that it is 1 mile between each of those two intersections?
It's crazy.
I know for a fact the one from 160th to 172nd because I actually measured that.
It's crazy, bro. Stop.
When we searched that area. The one from 172nd to 184th sounds about right, but I know for a fact.
Without saying exact, does that sound approximately correct in terms of the distance between the two intersections?
Yes.
Here at this time, the state would request to move States C in, is States 3 and published to the jury?
Any objection?
Your Honor, we object to the extent that it might indicate that it's a mile when the city can attest that.
I see you do.
Alright, there we go. What the man? It's crazy.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Objection overruled. It'll be admitted.
State C or State C3.
Okay, just to be able to publish the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, slightly larger version of State C. This one is double-sided. Detective Bertrand, if you could indicate on here, you mentioned a Pollo Tropical. Do you point that out to ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Over here.
Okay, and you said a Chick-fil-A as well.
Chick-fil-A is going to be around here somewhere.
And if you can indicate here, what intersection is to the right side where the yellow line starts at Miramar Parkway?
Over here, this is Dykes.
160th?
Miramar Parkway, 160th.
And at the far side, we're at
172nd Miramar Parkway.
Okay. Going to the second part of States C. We're going to show the Pollo Tropical again, please, if you'd be so kind. And then the Sunset Lakes and Silver Lakes community you described earlier. Can you show where they are here?
This is going to be Silver Lakes here and here. And then over here on this side and this side is Sunset Lakes. Although this here is like a shopping center for Sunset Lakes. And there's another development here, I can't remember the name of it, but this here is Sunset Lakes and runs west.
And Sunset Lakes you're indicating is west of 184.
Yes, ma'am.
When you were speaking with Mr. Henry, did he give you an address at what location he was residing?
He did.
Do you recall that address as to where he was living?
It was in Sunset Lakes.
Okay. Is there anything that would refresh your recollection as to exactly what address was given?
In his state.
Okay. So I'm going to first start, I'm going to show you what's been marked as States D for identification purposes only. Look at that and do not show that to the jury. Does that map fairly and accurately depict Miramar from from State Road, Pembroke Road at the north, south to County Line Road, from I-75 west to the western edge of the Sunset Lakes development?
Yes.
Here at this time, the state would request to move States D in as States 4 and
No
request
objection.
permission to publish.
No objections.
It'll be admitted.
States AR, states number 4.
And so going to the larger version of States D, to certify detective.
I'm about to take a shit. Be right back.
The address of 18521 Southwest 44th Street. Was that address made familiar to you as part of this investigation?
Yes.
Can you indicate where that is on this map?
Well, to get there, you to go Miramar Parkway, and right around here is the entrance to the development, and then you can go in this way. I believe you can also go in through this side here. Over here is where the guard gate is here. I believe there's another guard gate down there somewhere.
So is it fair and accurate to say that this is Southwest 40th Street right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the address of 18521 Southwest 44th Street, is that indicated with the yellow marking on this map?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a true and accurate depiction of where that address is in the city of Miramar?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would request that when the witness makes indications on the
Speaking
map,
objection.
Come sidewalk. I was asking counsel previous about the exhibits. There are smaller items of evidence that have been admitted, smaller versions of the map, and what's being shown to you are blow-up pictures of it. And so the state indicated that they were using these as demonstrative aids. And so what I want to tell you, though, is these blow-ups of the items that are actually in evidence are to assist the witness in explaining or illustrating his testimony. The testimony of the witness is the evidence. However, these demonstrative aids are not to be considered by you as evidence in the case unless they are later received as evidence. They should not be used as a substitute for evidence. The evidence is what's been previously marked the smaller version. Back to you during your portion during deliberations. So these blow-ups, these demonstratives would not go back unless they're later received as evidence. All right?
Maybe come back.
Sure.
Detective, we were talking about the address of the 18521 Southwest 44th Street, as well as the 40th Street entrance for Sunset Lakes.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to move on from this one. We previously talked about the jurisdictional borders of the city of Miramar going to US 27. I'm showing you what's been previously marked as States E for identification purposes. You can just look at that. The States E accurately depict Miramar from US 27 to I-75 from north of Pines Boulevard south to County Line Road.
Yes.
Here at this time, the state would request to move States E in as States 5.
Is there any objection?
No objection.
It'll be admitted.
States E mark states number 5.
And so the identical larger version of it here. So Detective Bertrand, if you could show here, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, where's I-75 on this map?
Again, I-75 is here.
And just so it's clear for the record, that's the yellow indication road with the 75
It's
on it?
going north and, yeah, north and south.
Okay. And in terms of the Pembroke Road, can you show where that is on this map?
Pembroke Road is this one here. This one's Miramar Parkway, and this is Pines Boulevard. And the county line is down here.
And the county line, is that C9 canal down there at the bottom?
Yes.
Is the Pines Boulevard marked on the map accurate?
Yes.
Is Pembroke Road as indicated and marked on the map accurate?
Yes.
Is Miramar Parkway is marked and written on the map accurate?
Yes.
And the bottom of the map with the C9 canal, it's not labeled, but is that an accurate depiction of the southern boundary of Miramar?
Yes.
Going out to US 27, can you describe for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury which roads connect from Miramar to US 27?
The only road that it actually, it looks like over here in Pembroke Road it does, but it doesn't. So the only way you can go to US 27 is you have to actually go into Pines Boulevard and head west, and then this is US 27th, and then when you get there you make a left and you go southbound. Yes, southbound.
Now that we've established some of the jurisdictional boundaries, I'll get back to your investigation in this case. So when you're at the hospital, you indicated you took a recorded statement from an individual by the name of Portland Henry.
Yes,
Was that statement audio recorded?
yes,
Was the Miramar Police Department using body-worn camera footage at any point in time in 2018? And if you don't know, please let me know.
I don't know. Detectives didn't wear body cameras. I'm not sure if Road Patrol did or didn't. But the detectives did not. And I believe they still don't.
And so is there any video recording of this statement?
No.
Prior to coming into court today, did you have an opportunity to review that statement?
Yes.
You have permission to approach?
You may.
I'm showing you what's been previously marked as states F for identification purposes only. Do you recognize that disc?
Yes, ma'am.
When do you recognize that disc?
That's my initials and date.
Those contents fairly and accurately represent the statements that you reported with Portland Henry on October 26, 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
Any additions or deletions?
No.
Here at this time, the state would request to move states F into evidence and publish for the jury.
No objection.
It'll be admitted.
States F will be marked states number 6.
Yeah, at this time, it would be appropriate for the instruction.
You want to publish
2.6?
the one item now, correct?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen, regarding the use of these transcripts of recordings, you are about to hear recorded conversations. These recorded conversations are proper evidence, and you may consider them just as any other evidence. You are also being furnished transcripts of the recorded conversations. The recordings are the evidence, and the transcripts are provided to you only as a guide to help you follow as you listen to the recording. The transcripts are not evidence of what was actually said or who said it. If you notice any difference between what you hear on the recordings and what you read in the transcripts, you must rely on what you hear, not what you read. You may publish.
Thank you, Your Honor. Starting with the shorter of the two.
That's the last portion of it.
Okay, so then we will go to the 25-page, or the 24-page transcript first.
Yes, that's the first. That's the beginning.
Resume my seat while this is going on.
Yes.
Henry? What's up, man? How you guys doing? Hey, my name is Detective Bertrand. This is Detective Mark Moretti. We're here to talk to you about what happened. Yeah. Listen, you need to be straight up with us and tell us where this happened. Okay? My understanding, you told these officers something, but the evidence doesn't show that it happened there. what happened, right off the exit. Right off the exit. When we got to the lake.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Man, I was playing music, getting off the exit. I was already getting sleepy on the phone, you know what I'm saying? And like, just out of nowhere, like, gunshot, you know what I'm saying? So then I ducked down, you know what I'm saying, in the car. And I almost cut.
Let me back you up a few minutes. Where were you coming from?
From Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale Studio. Which way did you take?
I took I-75, 595
To 75. Then you took 75 south?
That's what, if you come from Fort Lauderdale and you take 595, right?
Yeah.
So you get off, and you get on the expressway, right? So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And then we got off in MYPARK on the exit. And then when I got past the little 3-turn signal,
Yeah.
when I got past that,
Which turn signal were you in? Which turn lane were you in?
I was getting off the exit. When I got off the exit,
Mm-hmm.
after that light, when you make the right,
Yeah.
I came down. You know what I'm saying? I was coming down to the light.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And as I'm passing through the light, you know what I'm saying?
What lane were you
I
in?
was in the left lane. I was in
The left?
I was in the left lane.
The left, he's on the far left side.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you were already turning on the MYPARK Parkway, or you were starting
I
to
said I was already off the exit.
Yes.
Off the exit. I'm already off of the exit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I made the right.
Okay.
Three turn rights, right?
Yes.
Okay, I went through that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Went through that.
Were you going west or east?
I was going, like, west is this way, right?
No. Okay.
What actually helped? Where were you going?
I was going to a house.
Where's your house at?
The house is over in Silver, like by Silver Lake.
Okay.
1805 21 Southwest 4th Street. Over, I can't really like,
What is it?
it's 1805.
1805?
Yeah, 1805 21 Southwest
Mm-hmm.
44th Street.
What?
44th Street.
44th Street? Okay, so you were going west. Okay, because you're saying that you made a right.
I'm saying, like, getting off the expressway, you make a right to go west, you know what I'm saying? Go west. If you're going south on 75, you take the west.
Okay, yeah, you make a right.
There's 3 turn lanes that go right.
Okay, so you made a right. Can you get to Dice?
I'm not down, I don't know.
Okay, once you make the right off of 75, the exit, there's another light there. There's, that's where the shopping center is. On the right-hand side, there's a shopping center.
Yeah.
You talking about like Chick-fil-A or something like that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I got like around that area, and I started hearing it. When I heard it, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I thought, and I almost crashed the car. You know, so I hit the head a little bit. But, you know what I'm saying? I almost crashed the car, and I stayed up a little bit. I couldn't really see anything. I couldn't really see anything, because I'm like trying to avoid from getting shot. Like, I'm blessed to be there. Like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, and you didn't hear anything, they didn't yell anything was said?
Man, I was like, the car was still rolling forward, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying not even, you know what I'm saying, be even, I'm trying to stay safe, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to even get hit. I'm scared, you know what I'm saying, for my life out there. And the car is rolling. I don't know what car, which way it went, you know what I'm saying? Nothing.
You have the description of the car?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see anything. Like, I was
Here's the hard part, what we're having a hard time to understand, is that we shut down that entire area, and we had officers shoulder to shoulder walking out. They didn't find as much as one shell casing. They didn't find one piece of glass. Nothing. Nothing to what you said adds up. And it's hard.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, that's like,
I mean, for whatever reason, you're two friends died. Are these your good friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are like,
These your two, I'm assuming close friends.
yo.
And you're doing them an inservice by not telling us the truth.
I'm telling you the truth, sir. I don't like. How? What do you want?
Well, how do you make shell cases disappear?
I don't know. I cannot tell you about a shell case, and I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit, and you telling me you telling me about this? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be worried about it. You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about,
Shit crazy, bro.
but if you tell me it happened there, there's got to be some evidence there. There's going to be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here from when you guys opened the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's going to be broken glass over there when the windows got shot out. There's going to be casings from the people shooting at your car. Okay, there's going to be stuff, evidence over there. Okay, right now, there's nothing. Okay, now, I kind of think I know what happened because I got information that something else happened on the east side of the city in Pembroke Parks, but you know, which sounds similar to your thing, but you need to be straight up with us. Okay, listen. I know you may be maybe you're scared. You know, but like Mark said, you're doing your friends a disservice. We can't do our job.
I'm not doing no disservice. I'm telling you the straight up honest truth. Like I can't. What can I like tell you if I'm ducking for my life? My head's over here, steering wheel's here. I'm trying to make sure I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm keeping the car straight by hitting median. You know what I'm saying? That shit fucked me up, bro.
Let me ask you this.
I look up and see them like how they looking. What you think I'm like looking for a car? No, hell no. I'm trying to.
Alright, well, you know, let's just forget about where it happened. Let's just put that on the back burner for a little while. Let's talk about why. Are you having issues with anyone?
I mean, we are upcoming artists and stuff, so technically, like we have been having like, you know what I'm saying, like people like, you know, when you like start doing better than people, they start hating and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So you had some jealousy issues.
Yes, like jealousy issues, but but also like it's crazy because people they don't try us. You know what I'm saying? They talk like on social media, you know what I'm saying? But they see us and, you know what I'm saying,
it's easier for them to talk shit on social media than it is to your face.
you know what I'm saying?
So who's been talking shit on social media?
I haven't really been on that, but like my friend that's passed away now, I'm just so. He was telling me like, right, he always telling me right, how people, just like today, he was telling me some folks from up our way.
What's up your way?
Like Vero Beach, like that's where I used to stay, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up there, so that's our hometown, you know what I'm saying?
So what did your friend say about from Vero Beach? What did he say to you?
He was saying it's basically just like they don't know like Instagram, just Facebook like snippets, like folks like that's like don't even really like I know. They were just hating this.
First of all, if you're up and coming, you know, in the music business, you're going to be all over social media. That's how you make your mark.
Yeah.
So I know you know more about what's going on social media. You may not know where this happened.
I'm not big. I don't be there. I don't even have a phone, so I'm not like on it. Like I'm just working, making music. You know what I'm saying? Making music and stuff. That's what we're all been doing. I don't really be into that stuff. I'm trying to feed into it because like.
What's the name of the room and stuff?
YNW.
What is it?
YNW.
YNW?
Yeah, but like I already have a lot of other stuff going on in my life.
Like what?
Like I be having like that on my mom stuff back down south. I mean up top north from her beach because she has to stay with a friend right now, and my little sister staying with her. My little sister trying to grow up fast and stuff like that.
So you support them?
Yeah, I support it.
How you support them?
If we make music stuff, my own boy Sign, he kind of like contributes. You know, yeah, my mom like it more.
What's Anthony Williams? What's his nickname? Yeah, what do you call him? I'm sure you don't call him Anthony. What do you call him? Seth? How you spell that?
S-A-K.
S-A-K. And that's how he's known on social media as Seth? What about Chris Thomas?
Julie.
What?
Julie.
June?
Julie.
Julie?
No. Julie. J-U-V-Y.
J-U-V-Y?
And what do you know as?
I'm just known as my name.
My man?
My name. They call me my name.
My name?
My name.
By your name? Of course. Okay. Let me show you this real quick. Okay. I'm not a great artist, but this is the exit to I-75. Okay. You said you made it right here. These are the lights. This is the exit. This is Miramar Parkway. This is Chick-fil-A.
That's like
the gas station.
That's like the curve. You part that curve.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That goes like that, yeah.
It's like on down. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
It was on down.
So did you pass Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I passed.
Did you pass this light here?
Yes, that's what I was telling you. I passed.
Oh, so you passed that light?
Yeah, I got on down. That's what I was telling you. I got on down.
Did you hear the Chili's?
Where's Chili? Like Polo Tropical.
Polo Truck Comes on the other side of 75.
No, they have one. They have a new one close to 172.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah, they have one.
Go to Google Maps. I can't do it on my phone.
Awesome.
Yeah, all right.
It's close to 172. Yeah. We'll never check 172.
You know where the Target is at?
That's where the Pollo shop is. Yeah, that's where the Pollo.
Where the new Pollo Tropical is being built?
That's the professional.
Okay, the new one that's being built on Miramar Parkway. Did you get to that place?
Yeah, I got like around the area.
Is that where the shooting happened?
Close to 172.
So you know where Target is at?
Yeah, I know.
The Target?
About Polo Tropical. I know. I'm just.
Okay, so is that where you were at? Where the shooting happened?
I was just telling y'all that's why I got off the exit and stuff. I got off of.
Okay, so you got off the exit. At this point, was there a car following you that you noticed prior to? Did you guys have a beef with anybody on the highway? Like a road rage type thing or anything? Okay, so now you get off, you pass Dykes. The shooting hasn't happened yet. Or did it happen yet?
You passed Chick-fil-A.
Yes, I passed it.
Did the shooting happen?
I got on past the light and
So at the time that you passed Chick-fil-A, did the shooting already happen or no?
No.
Okay.
You said at the time I passed it,
Yeah.
like a little after, you know what I'm saying? Just a little after.
Okay, so you passed the light over here, the second light. After you pass the exit, there's a light there. You turn right, then there's an intersection there. So you were past the intersection, the shooting hadn't happened yet. Is that what you're saying?
And then I got right on past the light. Follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Right on past the light, sir. And no bullshit, bro. No bullshit. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And I swear I swerved a little bit, hit the median, but like the car's still rolling, and like I'm still ducking. I'm trying not to be seen, you know what I'm saying, in the car.
Did you hit anything else other than the median? Because you got damage to the hood of your car. The damage to the hood of the car was already there?
That happened on the trip. That happened on the trip to Georgia. Somebody had been hit around. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, moving before all night.
You know, after you pass, there's Chili's, then there's a park, Miramar Regional Park.
I think it's Chili's like ducked up, right?
Huh?
It's like you can't really see Chili's, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit hidden, you know, because there's like a little berm that kind of, there's a little shopping strip there, there's a whole bunch of little restaurants, and then there's the regional park. Then after the regional park is where the Target is at, and the new Pollo. We're just trying to figure out, you know, for you to give us a little bit better pinpoint where you think it happened. Was it before the park or after the park? The regional park?
It was like right,
Hey, how about if you get in the car and you show us? You want to do that?
I can't, bro. Yeah, we can't. But like, after that, like, I'm getting this shit, like, it's like bringing my anxiety and shit, like, I can't, like, they're really dead right now. I just seen these men in the car, dead, bro.
You don't have a cell phone?
No, sir.
Do you know where they live? Your friends?
They stay with me.
They stay with who?
They stay at the same room.
They stay at this house? Okay. How old are they?
One's 21, one's 20.
Who's 21? Anthony's 21?
Yeah.
And Chris is 20?
I think so. I don't know if you say it, but I know Anthony's 21, so.
You can't give me any names that you guys were beefing with your other friends on social media? Anything recently came up? I'm sure they're gonna talk to you about it.
We kind of not really because like
What do you use for social media? What sites?
what I use.
Yeah.
I just be on like Instagram. Really, that's the only thing I be on. They be on everything else. They be on everything.
What's your Instagram name?
YNW. Yeah.
YNWM?
Huh? YNW band.
Band? B-A-N-D?
Yeah. May I ask me?
Just to help us figure out what's, you know, if
Like the beat stuff.
yeah.
I'm not really seeing it on my page. Like my page is like.
Yeah, but then we'll get your friend's page, we'll get your friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I understand that.
What about Anthony's? YNW?
S-A-K, Chaser,
Sack Chaser?
all together. And then what about Judy? with? Where are they from?
Anthony's from Atlanta.
Yeah. You don't have the parents, like Chris's mom's name or Anthony's mom's name or that?
Anthony's mom's name is Jana.
Jana?
Yeah.
Jada? J-A-D-A or A-A? Thomas? What about Anthony? Oh, Jana is Anthony's? What about Chris's?
Do they live here or in Barrel? The mom?
Who lives with you at 18521 Southwest 44th Street?
Them two. Jamell. His brother.
Jamell's brother?
My cousin, Jacoby, agent.
What's Jamell's last name? What is it?
D-E-M-O.
And they haven't been having enough calls with anyone lately?
Who?
Your roommates.
That's what I'm saying, like everybody, and then people been saying like stuff is squashed and stuff like that. And
They said stuff was squashed?
people have said stuff was squashed.
Who was it squashed with?
People that don't even, like, I know they.
Which would just, enlighten us. Phil was saying, helps us know a little better. Who were you beefing with that it got squashed? Who was that? What's old homeboy's name?
Like, his name is Bentley.
What is it? Bentley? That's his real name? That's just who we call him.
That's his real name.
And where's he from?
He's from Long Beach.
Have you seen him down here recently?
We did get jumped in Walmart
When?
a couple months back, so but I don't know who kicked guys or
Which Walmart?
the Lord right here in Jamell.
The Walmart close to
That
your house?
house, like, yeah.
Is that the one in Pembroke Pines?
Yeah.
Did you guys report it?
Nah.
Who jumped you? Was he inside the Walmart or out in the parking lot? Who was it?
So, I don't know, it was shit, I don't know the names.
You're talking about the Walmart on 184th and Pines Boulevard?
They said they called the police.
Did you remember talking to the police that day or no?
No, we didn't talk to the police.
You just left. What was the beef was inside the store? When you say fought, just fist or anything else? Any weapons shown in there? Was it safe to say you beat them?
We weren't really lucky.
You weren't really lucky.
We got a few licks and like they stole, like my homeboy's chain popped and they picked it up and they started like flexing on Instagram.
So after the fight, they.
So this was on Instagram. Yes, they posted it on Instagram. I think they deleted it because.
Who is that?
I think the people that took it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they deleted the video, deleted their Instagram, all that. Like, it's crazy.
Remember the names? What was the
Nah,
names?
that's what I'm saying. I ain't know who he was. Period. I'm not from dying. They was from dying.
But you know it was, but you knew it was on social media posting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I seen the post, but like, of course, anybody can go on Instagram and you know what I'm saying, simply just go on Pembroke Pines and beautiful is gonna pop up, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like my homeboy, he's like big, you know what I'm saying? He's big, you know what I'm saying? Who's your homeboy? He's recording out. His name is Jamell.
Is that your little one, Jamell?
Yeah.
He's known?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We didn't know, we didn't know. Like, it just came up our notice. So, like, what I'm saying is, we didn't, know what it was. Like, it was like, I know it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, almost like, you know how you just go to the store or something, and alright, say you go in the store, and you just feel like something happen. You know what I'm saying? And like your instinct tell you, and you just, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened. We just call them when they bent the corner, and it just happened like that. And they ran out the store when they got it.
You have any affiliation with any of the gangs?
No, sir.
Nothing at all?
No, sir.
How about your friends?
No, none of us affiliated with gangs. We just record us.
Let me ask you,
My name is Squidward, and I hate my life. Nothing ever changes. I'm thinking of killing myself. But before I kill myself, I want to kill the people I hate.
I should go find SpongeBob and Patrick and help them.
See you in hell. Get ready to die.
Bluetooth connected.
Jamell?
Jamell? Yeah. That's how you're paying for the rent for the house and utilities and everything?
Yes, sir.
Who's he signed with?
He signed up 300. Hold up.
With 300?
a rental car?
Yeah.
Who's the car manager?
Well, our manager.
What's that?
Our manager.
Which one's your manager? What's his name?
I don't know what your life is. It's like Frankie's something.
Your manager, you know?
I'm calling my nickname. But I need to know his girl name. And I just met him like this year. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna like just know the name. But his name's Trek.
Is what?
It's Trek.
Trek?
Yeah.
T-R-E-K?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you can provide us that's going to help us for your friend's sake? This is the point. That anything you're involved in, anything illegal you tell us is fine. It's a wash at this point. But we need to know the full story for Anthony and Chris's sake.
Yeah, we don't care, man, as far as that. All we care about is your friends, who shot your friends. Right? We're homicide detectives, so I don't care if you were doing a drug deal. I don't care if you had a beef with somebody. I'm just telling you. You know, I don't care any of that shit.
No.
All I care about is solving your friend's homicide.
No, it wasn't nothing like that, bro. I told y'all the story, and that's it, bro. I don't even talk about it no more. Like, bro, I told y'all. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Just so you know, all right, because you're saying, well, I don't want to talk anymore. There's going to be a lot more questions. There's, you know, and we're not trying to piss you off. The thing is, we don't know your friends.
Yeah.
So the reason we have to ask all these questions, because the more we know about your friends, your lifestyle, your friend's lifestyle, your friends, his friends, and the circumstances surrounding today, the more, you know, easier it's going to be for us to try and solve this. Okay, if we don't get any information, you know, it's... Let me throw this out to you, okay? And just be straight up, man. Just be, this is an honest answer, and I would respect you, okay, by just telling me the truth, even if it's something that I don't want to hear, but I respect the truth rather than BS, okay? And it's a simple question. If you knew who did this, okay, you may or may not know. If you knew who did this, would you tell me? It's either a yes or no question. Answer.
Honestly.
Yeah, honestly. The truth. You wouldn't?
Because I wouldn't want to be a part of it. I wouldn't want to be.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that.
I don't like it. It's a lot of color stuff. I'd be a kid.
Because you rather just handle it within you guys? Okay.
I don't know how to feel right now. Like, I'm so fucked up right now. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry for my language, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit make me emotional, bro. Like, I ain't been asleep since yesterday, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit just really just fucked me up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all gotta take my shoes, and I just got them bitches back from somebody that goddamn took them from me. You know what I'm saying?
Someone took your shoes?
Yeah, and I had to get them back, and I had to clean them up.
Who took your shoes?
My homeboy had them took them, and I had to go get them, and he had to fuck them up, man. I just cleaned them yesterday.
He stole from you?
He like some kind of like switched them out, like his shoes, when I'm done with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He lives with you or is it?
Nah, he just came down there just to, you know what I'm saying, just to, because he makes music too.
Mm-hmm.
So he came down there just to get for people, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, your house around the recording studio. Hey, where's the recording studio at?
I don't know
the exact like location. You know what I'm saying? Because it's my first time being there. You know what I'm saying? They brought me there. So like,
give me some landmarks.
I know it was in the Dale. Like that's probably like
In the where?
in 4 or 5 there. That's like
You know what exit off for 95? Do you get off 95? Is it on East?
yeah, it's off of 95. I think it's like, is that Oakland or something like that?
Oakland Park?
Yeah, I think something like that. I had it on music on
Yeah. Well, we're trying to help, you know, we're friends.
I know
What happened?
I know.
So, you know, I mean, if it was my friends,
It's just like I can't like you know like you if you was there and you was
So I understand, and, you know, getting shot at, I'm sure it's not a fun thing. I've been shot at too, so I definitely know, but I definitely would want, you know, to find out or help the police as much as possible, you know, because listen, the bottom line is, man, you know, I know you're mad and you want revenge and all that kind of stuff, but the reality is, what's it going to bring to you? A momentary satisfaction? I'm just saying, what would that bring to you? A little bit of satisfaction, but then you get caught, and then you end up, you know, in jail. Maybe you killed them, they're suffering or whatever is done and over, they don't get justice through the law, but then you end up in jail. You know, so who won? You know, is the truth, you know? They win, because you know, because now instead of killing 2 people, they essentially kill a third, because once you go to jail for life for killing somebody, then your life is essentially over too. So, you know, you gave them the satisfaction of taking out the entire car.
I'm not thinking, you know, retaliation. And I was trying to meet some of my mom and my sister. That's what I was right there. I was trying to say. That's I heard this. I heard you get. You know what I'm saying? I heard you get the dudes, 2 people you grew up with. You know what I'm saying? That shit hurt.
How long have you known?
Yeah.
Anthony and Chris, like how many years?
Yeah, like
5 years? How did you guys meet? Was it school or was it school? Or just do music business?
With Your Honor's permission, may I publish the last short clip?
It's in evidence, correct?
Yes.
You may.
When you came down, so you didn't get off on 75. I mean, you got off on 75 when you came down. You didn't get off. You didn't come from like 95 and get off on Hollandale.
I came from okay, Fort Lauderdale, you drive 95 first. You get
Right.
on Sawgrass Expressway.
Right. You got 595.
And then it's like Florida, it says the Florida International, you know what I'm saying? And then I got on the expressway. I got on the expressway. Expressway take you all the way to Miramar. You know what I'm saying? So I got on the Miramar.
Okay, so you took 95 south, then you went, you're saying 595?
595 to
275?
yeah.
And then south on 75 and got off on the Miramar exit off of 75. Okay. Which is where the Bo Campers is and all that. Yeah, okay.
You said Bo Campers?
Bo Campers restaurant, Bo Campers.
I think
that's
it's
in that
lit
shopping
up. It's
center.
lit up.
Yeah.
It's like a little building.
Big restaurant, yeah, lake around
Okay,
it.
I know what it's called.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll draw some stuff here real quick, and as soon as we're done, we'll give you home and drop off. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Council. Does that conclude the publication?
It does, Your Honor.
Thank you, Gary. Can you collect the transcripts from the ladies and gentlemen jury, please? Ladies and gentlemen, pass the transcripts, both of them to the bailiff, please, Gary.
Your Honor, this would be a logical place to take a break. Sure.
You have them all, Gary?
Yes, sir.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to do. It's now 12:40. We're going to take our luncheon recess. Remember the admonition that I gave you previously. You are not to discuss the case. Don't form any opinion about the case. Don't allow anyone to discuss the case in your presence or no research. Just leave your notepads on your chairs. We'll see everybody back at 2 o'clock, all right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice lunch. Thank you. Let the record reflect the jury stepped out. Counsel remains, along with the defendant. Anything to discuss, counsel?
Just if I could tell Detective Bertrand, I cannot have any communication with you while you are on the stand. If any issues arise, please contact my office and I'll get a message.
Anything to discuss?
No, sir.
All right. Have a nice lunch. See everybody back at 2. Thank you.
You guys already know Ovadia Law Group handles car accident cases, but did you know we have a great network of attorneys that can handle any type of case?
She got fired from her job when they found out she was pregnant.
That's discrimination. Get her on the phone with one of our lawyers right now. Like I was saying, we can help you find the right attorney for any situation, and all calls are free and confidential.
Their boss owes them wages and is refusing to pay.
That's a wage loss claim. Have them get on the phone with one of the attorneys right now. If you need a recommendation for a lawyer, call our office today at 855-NEED-ABE.
Some of the jurors knew.
We're losing money and we're losing guys.
I no longer want to be at war.
Peace never lasts. There's only so far you can push me.
It didn't have to be like this.
And it's the things that make you go, is the hook. It's pretty much the hook of the song.
The hook in the rap song. Okay, so make you go, So when he was doing that and there was opening statements, what about the defendant's demeanor in the courtroom from both the prosecution's opening statement and for the defense opening statement?
Well, for the defendant, Melly was very calm, collected. I guess I would say when the prosecution gave some retelling of what was going on, he kind of was annoyed, and you would see him write stuff down on the notes for a little bit. But other than that, he just kept it real calm.
All right. So, are there any celebrities or famous faces in attendance in that courtroom today? Oh, you got a big smile on your face, Bryce and Paul.
Actually, yes. Boosie, or Lil Boosie, the artist from Louisiana, came to support. Him and Melly have a history, and Boosie actually gave him the defense information for his murder case.
Wow. So now we know about that. Now let's get a little bit closer. What about the victim's family? Are they in the court? And if so, have they been reacting to not just seeing Melly in the courtroom, but seeing the opening statements and the testimony?
They've been very inconsolable, I would say, as the trial kicked off, and even just as different testimonies were being given, even in the opening statement from the prosecution. Once the names of the two victims were mentioned, even with them just being called brothers, best friends, or whatnot, the families of the victims would be inconsolable and often have to walk out.
It's always hard for families of the victims if the defendant, no matter who's on trial, whether he's innocent or whether he's guilty. But speaking about the defendant, was his family there? And if they were there, can you tell us about their reaction to day one of the trial, Bryson?
Actually, yes. All his mother, brother, grandparents, all of them were in attendance, and they all were as calm as he was, I would say.
Wow, very interesting, because that must have been something that the attorney must have told them to remain calm no matter what. But while the court is on lunch recess, we know that the prosecution is getting ready for more witnesses. What can we expect after the lunch break?
We'll continue with the third witness, Hector Burton, a retired police officer who was on hand during the evening of the double murder, and who spoke to Bolton, the co-defendant in Melly's case, at the hospital.
Wow. So was that witness, my last question before I let you go, was that witness effective for the prosecution, or was it the hook in the rap song that made you go,
It was definitely the hook of the rap song that made you go, Like the audio, or we were pretty much just going through the audio right now of him and Bolton's conversation. And he was just trying to recollect after he mentioned that he's dealt with a lot of cases in the last 25 years before he retired. So it made him kind of iffy about what happened as far as what he remembered that night. So the audio just played of him and Bolton having their conversation, and him asking if there was weapons in the car, if there was gun residue on Bolton himself, and just if they had previous beef with anybody, to corroborate with Bolton's story that it was a drive-by.
Very, very interesting. Well, Bryson, thank you for that very effective wrap-up, telling us what's going, and it was not intended to be a pun. I know you're smiling. What's going on in that courtroom. I know you have to get back in, and I know I will be seeing you later this week. Thank you, sir, so very much.
All right, looking forward to it.
And when we come back, we'll be back into that courtroom also and talk about some of the testimony and show you the testimony that is being heard before that jury and my new guests and I will be discussing that. So you have to stay with us here at the Law and Crime Network. Well, welcome back to the Law and Crime Network. As you know, we are covering the case of rapper YNW Melly. Did he kill his best friends, YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie? The prosecution says yes. The defense says no. There's a lot of doubt. Well, the prosecution is presenting their case, and they started off with lead detective Hector Bertrand. So we're going to back into court and listen.
Hector Bertrand Jr.
Your first and last name for the court report.
Hector, E as in boy, Ertrand.
Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Bertrand, the microphone in front of you only adjusts up or down, not back and forth, all right? See a little too high? All set, ready to go? Count, you may.
Thank you. Good morning. Could you please introduce yourself to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Retired detective, homicide detective, Hector Bertrand, during our police department.
Congratulations on your retirement. How long have you been retired?
About 2.5 years.
Prior to that, how long did you work for the Miramar Police Department?
28 years.
Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury some of the different hats you wore while employed for the Miramar Police Department?
Initially, after graduating the academy, I did a couple years in road patrol. Then there was a position open in Detective Bureau as like a training position that was going to be for 6 months and then go back to road. I never left the Detective Bureau. I did a couple years in juvenile and sex crimes. I did 10 years in undercover narcotics. And then the last 15 years was in homicide.
During the course of your time in the homicide unit, how many cases were you involved in the investigation of?
A lot.
Is there
I couldn't give you a number. A lot.
more than 100?
Yes.
With regards to the homicide unit back in October 26th of 2018, were you employed with the Miramar Police Department then?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell the ladies and gentlemen a little bit about the training and education classes you take while you're preparing yourself as a homicide detective.
I've taken a lot of classes. I couldn't name them all, but anywhere from in the narcotics, surveillance, court, advanced basic homicide, advanced homicide, some forensic classes, crime scene reconstruction, things like that.
So, drawing your attention to October 26th of 2018, did you have an occasion to become involved in a Miramar police case investigation documented under Miramar case number 18-10-06269?
I did.
What was your role?
Initially, I was called out as the primary detective, but we kind of had an agreement within our unit because I was only 2 years away from retiring, that any cases that would get assigned to me, that one of the other detectives would take over it and that I would assist to avoid having to come back. Well, it didn't work out.
So you still come back and testify in all your old cases?
Yes.
Okay. So, Detective, do you live locally still?
No.
I'm not going to ask you. So, going forward, do you remember about what time you got called out?
5 o'clock in the morning.
What types of procedures are in place? How do you get called out?
Typically, it's I would either get a call from the sergeant or I get a call from our dispatcher at the PD. In this case, I got a call from Sergeant Shaw.
Okay. Once you get that phone call, how long do you have before you must respond to the scene?
There's no real set time. It's just, from wherever you're at, you try to, put some clothes on or shower, so, and then prepare to go. So I think it took me like about 45 minutes to get to the scene.
Okay. When you arrived on the scene, who else was there?
Well, prior to going out to the scene, I actually called Detective Moretti, advised him that I had got called out, And so at that point, so that he could take the lead in the investigation. So when I got there, I got to the hospital. It was the first place I got there. There were some officers there at the scene, at the hospital. I spoke to them, got briefed. Detective Moretti showed up shortly thereafter.
Okay, with regards to individuals that you made contact with that were not law enforcement, do you remember speaking with an individual named Cortland Henry?
I did.
That statement of Mr. Henry, how many times did you speak with him?
I spoke to him twice. Both times were recorded. At some point towards the end of the first one, don't know if I got called out to something else or I just briefly walked away, turned off the recorder. Then I came back, asked a few more questions just to verify location, and wish I recorded that.
Miramar Parkway, I-75, US 27.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you describe to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what is the northern boundary between the city of Miramar, your jurisdiction, and Pembroke Pines to the north?
Typically, it's Pembroke Road, what divides Miramar and Pembroke Pines, Pembroke Pines Police Department, Pembroke Pines. But there are sections within the city that kind of encroaches like a block or two into Pembroke Road. That's on like the east side of the city by the turnpike. But other than that, it's Miramar, county line to the south and Pembroke Road to the north. And then from 441 east all the way out to US 27th, it actually extends out to a little bit further west on US 27, but there's nothing there, so it's US 27.
Okay, so to make sure we're clear on that, if someone is headed westbound on Pembroke Road, on the north side of Pembroke Road, what jurisdiction are they in? Westbound.
Westbound on Pembroke Road?
Yes.
It depends also, again, depending on what side of Pembroke Road. If you're driving westbound, that could be considered Pines.
So then on the south side, the eastbound lanes, what are those typically?
Typically, it's considered Miramar.
Okay. Going all the way out to US 27, is that Pembroke Road border consistent from I-75 west to US 27?
Yes.
So I want to start and show you a couple of maps. I'm going to show you what's been previously shown to defense counsel marked as States B. Do you recognize that map?
Yes.
Does that map fairly and accurately depict before you show the jury?
Can't show the jury.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Does that map fairly and accurately depict the Miramar geography from I-75 through 172nd from Miramar Parkway north to Pembroke Road?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would request to move States B in as States 2 and publish.
Any objection?
No objection.
Is submitted.
If I may.
You may publish.
Thank you.
States B, we mark States 2.
So Detective Bertrand, this is a small version. I have a bigger version that's identical to make it easier for the jurors to see. Thank you, sir. So a large copy of what's been shown as admitted as State C. If you could show or hear exactly which area is I-75 and Miramar Parkway.
This is I-75, and there's an exit here from the Miramar Parkway.
And what?
Gary, one second. Gary?
Yes, Judge.
Can you move the screen back a little bit?
Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Architect, could you be so kind as to step down so we can use the easel?
Sure.
Thank you. Council, do you need to move, please? So if you could show the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, where is I-75 and Miramar Parkway?
Right here.
Yes, sir.
What direction does Miramar Parkway travel?
East and west.
Can you point out some of the locations on Miramar Parkway? I'm going to start with Bo Camper's Restaurant.
Okay, Bo Campers is, I believe, right around here.
Okay. You're pointing to an area north of a water feature.
Yes.
What other locations and restaurants are in that area?
There's a Marshall's around here. There's a Home Goods. There's a Chick-fil-A. There's a gas station here in the corner. There's a Benihana's. There's a Home Depot. Anthony's Cold Pizza. There's a bunch of places.
So you said Chick-fil-A and Home Depot. Those are the two I'm going to stick with over here. Okay. Moving along, can you show the ladies and gentlemen what is Southwest 160th Avenue on the map?
This is 160th, which is also Dykes Road.
Does the name change depending on the jurisdiction of which the city or county it's in?
I guess, yeah, yes.
And
we know it as Southwest.
Well, I have fabulous guests here, and I know you want to hear from them. You know them very well. Catherine Luzardo is with me again this week. Always a pleasure to have you on, Catherine. And again, Catherine, I'm going to tell our viewers we did not coordinate our colors again. All right, and Dina Dahl also with me. As you know, Dina's a fabulous, fabulous trial attorney. Let me start with you, Dina. This is just some kind of like testimony that, you know, we all have to go through. Here's the maps, here's what happens. But how is this detective doing after those incredibly explosive opening statements we had from the prosecution?
I mean, it's always hard when you're kind of anticipating the trial and, like you said, hearing all the theories of the case, and then you go to perhaps the most dry testimony. It always is dry in the beginning because it's all the foundational evidence. You know, the prosecution has to prove, that somebody died. Here they're proving more of location, which is essential for the jury. But it's dry. There's no way around that. But this is they have to prove it. And honestly, like, this might be not a complicated case, but a little bit. So it's important for the jury to not be complicated about any of the information. So it's good to go slowly.
So, Catherine, the issue of where this happened, now, there's some discrepancy, and I'll use the word some very loosely. The prosecution's essentially saying, hey, wait a second, you shot your friends, you're in the backseat. Then you set up a drive-by shooting so that maybe there's two separate locations, but it's certainly not the location you, Melly, told us. So how does this testimony and this specific placement play into that?
Well, the detective is trying to show the jury exactly where these specific areas are so that they can have an orientation as to how Melly and Henry actually drove the car from wherever that alleged drive-by happened, if it did happen, and then their way towards the hospital. Because there, in the opening, we heard that there were a lot of things that happened in between the recording studio that they left and to the hospital. So those are being established foundationally right now by that witness. And as Dina mentioned, it's dry right now, but it's also vital for the jury to know.
Yeah, and Catherine mentions Henry, talking about Cortland Henry, someone the defense kind of threw a little shade on. Maybe he he was a suspect, according to the defense, that the prosecution didn't spend enough time on once they focused on Melly, YNW Melly being their suspect. Anyhow, we're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, my two guests will be with me, and we'll go right back into that Broward County courtroom where the lead detective, now retired, is on the stand. Stay with us. Thank you for coming back to the Law and Crime Network. I'm Linda Kenny Bodenwell. As you know, we are covering the trial of YNW Melly. He is a rapper who is accused of killing two of what he says are his best friends. That would be YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie. The prosecution says he is the murderer of those two beyond a reasonable doubt. Defense says, not so quick, jury. You're going to hear that there's a lot of inconsistencies. You're going to hear there's a lot of voids in the burden of proof, and you are here not to judge proof, but you're here to judge doubt. Well, the prosecution trying to disprove the defense's opening statement immediately and put on the lead detective of this case. He's now retired, but his name is Hector Bertrand. Let's go back into court and listen.
Okay, moving further west, what's the next major intersection that's reflected on this map on the far left on Miramar Parkway?
The next major intersection is going to be over here, which is 172nd. On this side is Silver Lakes Development. Over on this side is the Miramar, the hospital, which is, I believe, here. And then there's a regional park. On this side, there's a Target here, a Winn-Dixie, Pollo Tropical, and liquor store.
Okay, so Pollo Tropical, you indicated, is on Miramar Parkway before 172nd, if you were headed westbound?
It's right around here somewhere. I think this is Target.
Okay. Does 172nd run north and south?
North and south, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you show the ladies and gentlemen where is Pembroke Road on this map?
It's right up here, runs, again, east and west. There's no exit off of 75 to Pembroke Road, and goes out.
Okay. So I want to move on to what's been marked as State C for identification purposes. You have an opportunity to look at those maps prior to coming into court today. Don't let the ladies and gentlemen Jersey.
Yes.
Detective, do those two maps fairly and accurately depict the intersections between 160th and 172nd in the first one, and then 172nd and 184th in the second map?
Yes.
To your knowledge and experience working in the city of Miramar, is it an accurate measurement that it is 1 mile between each of those two intersections?
I know for a fact the one from 160th to 172nd, because I actually measured that when we searched that area. The one from 172nd to 184th sounds about right, but I don't know for a fact.
Without saying exact, does that sound approximately correct in terms of the distance between the two intersections?
Yes.
Here at this time, the state would request to move States C in as States 3 and published to the jury.
Any objection?
Your Honor, we'd object to the extent that it might indicate that it's a mile when the witness said he cannot attest it.
Can I see the exhibit?
Unfortunately.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Objection overruled. It'll be admitted.
State C, Mark States number 3.
Okay, just to be able to publish the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, slightly larger version of State C. This one is double-sided. Detective Bertrand, if you could indicate on here, you mentioned a Pollo Tropical. Do you point that out to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Over here.
Okay, and you said a Chick-fil-A as well?
Chick-fil-A is going to be around here somewhere.
And if you could indicate here what intersection is to the right side where the yellow line starts at Miramar Parkway.
Over here, this is Dykes.
160th?
And Miramar Parkway, 160th.
And at the far side, we're at
172nd and Miramar Parkway.
Okay. Going to the second part of States C. We're going to show the Pollo Tropical again, please, if you'd be so kind. Okay. And then the Sunset Lakes and Silver Lakes community you described earlier. Can you show where they are here?
This is going to be Silver Lakes here, and then over here on this side, and this side is Sunset Lakes. Although this here is like a shopping center for Sunset Lakes, and there's another development here, I can't remember the name of it, but this here is Sunset Lakes and runs west.
And Sunset Lakes you're indicating is west of 184.
Yes, ma'am.
When you were speaking with Mr. Henry, did he give you an address at what location he was residing?
He did.
Do you recall that address as to where he was living?
It was in Sunset Lakes.
Okay. Is there anything that would refresh your recollection as to exactly what address was given?
In his statement.
Okay. So I'm going to first start, I'm going to show you what's been marked as States D for identification purposes only. Look at that and do not show that to the jury. Does that map fairly and accurately depict Miramar from from State Road, Pembroke Road at the north, south to County Line Road, from I-75 west to the western edge of the Sunset Lakes development?
Yes.
Here at this time, the state would request to move States D in as States 4 and
Any objections?
permission to publish.
No objections.
It'll be admitted.
States D marked states number 4.
And so going to the larger version of States D, if you'd be so kind, Detective. The address of 18521 Southwest 44th Street. Was that address made familiar to you as part of this investigation?
Yes.
Can you indicate where that is on this map?
Well, to get there, you go Miramar Parkway, and right around here is the entrance to the development, and then you can go in this way. I believe you can also go in through this side here. Over here is where the guard gate is here. I believe there's another guard gate down there somewhere.
So is it fair and accurate to say that this is Southwest 40th Street right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the address of 18521 Southwest 44th Street, is that indicated with the yellow marking on this map?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a true and accurate depiction of where that address is in the city of Miramar?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would request that when the witness makes indications on the
Speaking
map.
objection. Okay, so Detective, we were talking about the address of the 18521 Southwest 44th Street, as well as the 40th Street entrance for Sunset Lakes.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to move on from this one. We previously talked about the jurisdictional borders of the city of Miramar going to US 27. I'm showing you what's been previously marked as States E for identification purposes. You can just look at that. The States E accurately depict Miramar from US 27 to I-75 from north of Pines Boulevard south to County Line Road.
Yes.
Here at this time, the state would request to move States E in as States 5.
Is there any objection?
No objection.
It'll be admitted.
States E marked states number 5.
And so the identical larger version of it here. So Detective Bertrand, if you could show here, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, where is I-75 on this map?
Again, I-75 is here.
And just so it's clear for the record, that's the yellow indication road with the 75
It's
on it?
going north and, yeah, north and south.
Okay. And in terms of the Pembroke Road, can you show where that is on this map?
Pembroke Road is this one here. This one's Miramar Parkway, and this is Pines Boulevard. And the county line is down here.
And the county line, is that C9 canal down there at the bottom?
Yes.
Is the Pines Boulevard marked on the map accurate?
Yes.
Is Pembroke Road as indicated and marked on the map accurate?
Yes.
Is Miramar Parkway as marked and written on the map accurate?
Yes.
And the bottom of the map with the C9 canal, it's not labeled, but is that an accurate depiction of the southern boundary of Miramar?
Yes.
Going out to US 27, can you describe to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury which roads connect from Miramar to US 27?
The only road that it actually, it looks like over here in Pembroke Road it does, but it doesn't. So the only way you can go to US 27 is you have to actually go into Pines Boulevard and head west, and then this is US 27th, and then when you get there you make a left and you go southbound. Yes, southbound.
Now that we've established some of the jurisdictional boundaries, I want to get back to your investigation in this case. So when you're at the hospital, you indicated you took a recorded statement from an individual by the name of Cortland Henry.
Yes.
Was that statement audio recorded?
Yes.
Was the Miramar Police Department using body-worn camera footage at any point in time in 2018? And if you don't know, please let me know.
I don't know. Detectives didn't wear body cameras. I'm not sure if Road Patrol did or didn't. But the detectives did not, and I believe they still don't.
And so is there any video recording of this statement?
No.
Prior to coming into court today, did you have an opportunity to review that statement?
Yes.
You have permission to approach?
You may.
I'm showing you what's been previously marked as states F for identification purposes only. Do you recognize that disc?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you recognize that disc?
That's my initials and date.
Those contents fairly and accurately represent the statements that you reported with Cortland Henry on October 26, 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
Any additions or deletions?
No.
Here at this time, the state would request to move states F into evidence and publish for the jury.
No objection. It'll be admitted.
States F will be marked states number 6.
Here at this time, it would be appropriate for the instruction.
You want to
2.6?
post the one item now, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, regarding the use of these transcripts of recordings, you are about to hear recorded conversations. These recorded conversations are proper evidence, and you may consider them just as any other evidence. You are also being furnished transcripts of the recorded conversations. The recordings are the evidence, and the transcripts are provided to you only as a guide to help you follow as you listen to the recording. The transcripts are not evidence of what was actually said or who said it. If you notice any difference between what you hear on the recordings and what you read in the transcripts, you must rely on what you hear, not what you read. You may publish.
Thank you, Your Honor. Starting with the shorter of the two.
That's the last portion of it.
Okay, so then we will go to the 25-page, or the 24-page transcript first.
Yes, that's the first.
Okay, so before we hear the video of Cortland Henry, who is a co-defendant in this case and who the defense is kind of pointed to as maybe being the real trigger person, we're going to take a quick break here at the Law and Crime Network, and on the other side, you'll have to wait and see that video. Stay with us.